Are you dealing with a tough employee? Hi, I'm Nick Seiler, and in today's episode we're going to be talking about how to kind of deal with that employee that sometimes you kind of go, wow, I wonder how life would be without this guy or this girl adding stress to my life. Now, if you're a business owner, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you're an employee, maybe you might want to leave the room now and stop watching this video. I'm only joking. Now, first of all, it's really important to identify what's the real reason behind their performance. I mean, why are they being tough? Why are they maybe not fitting in with how you want this employee kind of to conduct themselves, whether it's, what they do for work, or maybe it's kind of just what they do when they're not working, or how they communicate, or any of these type of things. And let me give you an example. I've worked with companies where that employee themselves just wasn't good in communicating to the customer. They were kind of rude and they're abrasive and all of that stuff. And to be brutally honest, it's kind of their personality. Now, they come across really like that, but to everybody else internally, they were amazing. But to the outside world, there was complaints happening there. So, kind of looking at that from that point of view goes, well, all right, well, there's a problem here, and what's the real reason? Guess what? When we dug a little bit deeper, the real reason was, to be honest, they felt nervous when they were on the phone, and that's why they felt kind of short, because they felt like, they were either being judged, they had an issue that stemmed from when they were really young and, being shouted at and all of this stuff. So actually when they spoke to somebody externally, they kind of felt a bit unequal, awkward. And guess what came out? This abruptness, kind of freaking out at people. And that was the real cause, funny enough, right? So do you see, you kind of never know until you ask. Number two is, I believe that, if they're not working well, maybe you need to give them a choice. Hey, do they want help or don't they want help? Because some people, they're actually shouting for help inside. You just can't hear it. They're trying to tell you that they need some help, but they're not quite sure how to say that they need help. In this particular case, that employee needed help, but they were too scared to ask because they thought that they were going to get fired, and they really loved what they did. This is crazy, right? So, to the boss and to some of the other employees, they're like, oh, we're getting complaints about this person, but they really were trying to get help. And finally, when we did, I can tell you, the shift was amazing. The next one is, guess what? You should be able to set performance parameters that they need to adhere to. And what I mean by this is to go, hey, look, it's not okay to be speaking to customers like this. We need to make sure that, instead of having 5% of our customers complain, or 10% or whatever it may be, right? Guess what? We need to bring this under 1%. Sometimes, I have to say to you, the customer isn't always right. They're not always right about what they say. But guess what? They've got some rights too. So it's important to set some performance parameters so that person either kind of ships up, or guess what? Maybe they're not good for your business. And that's a really good way to, really understand what's going on there, with whether they're a tough employee because they've kind of had enough, or they're just a tough employee because they need some help, right? And then the last thing is, I believe in contacting a professional for advice. There's so many professionals that can tell you how to deal with a tough employee. Maybe courses that you can help them with. Maybe there's counseling that you can help them with. Sometimes, guess what? It could be maybe that they've got a medical condition that they're not telling you about. Maybe it's a relationship issue with stress that you don't even know that's happening because they don't want to bring that to work. Or maybe, they're private and they don't want to tell you. So, their performance and their habits kind of start reflecting this. So sometimes you've got to do what? Walk in their shoes. Now, if all of that fails, and maybe guess what? They're just not the right person. Maybe they were when you first hired them, but maybe now, not so good, right? So, guess what? Give that a shot. See how it works. If you need some help, hey, we're experts at this. Remember, the only way is up. Hey, if you really like what you've seen in this video, pretty simple. Just go over to UpCoach Business Growth Programs, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and if you want to connect with us on social media, because we've got some really cool stuff, lots of different channels that you can connect with us, simply go and subscribe right